Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin and also going to be giving you some updates when it comes to FTX and what's happening. But first things first, obviously we're hearing information around Gemini that's not good, about withdrawals. So I want to be clear because I talk about Gemini a lot and how they're kind of like my primary go-to exchange. The truth is that you are safe nowhere, but what I want to say is this. Gemini's Earn program ran off of Genesis, okay? Obviously, Genesis having some issues because they were tied in with FTX. So, I used to always complain about Gemini and the Earn account and how it would take 5 days to withdraw funds. But now we're learning that that was actually for a good reason because they were two separate businesses. Gemini claims they hold users' funds one-to-one. Just to give you an example, I did a test run to withdraw cash, to withdraw $100,000 from Gemini. I did it yesterday and it successfully hit my account today. So the good news there is that, okay, I think it said 3 to 5 business days, and it was 1 business day that I was able to get that transferred. For me, it was almost like a test, but does that mean that you're in the clear at Gemini? No, absolutely not. For me, it was almost like a panic situation of like, oh my God, I am not even safe here. So just want to give you that information. That's good news at the end of the day. So let's go over some FTX. What's been happening? So just in, Sam Bankman-Fried personally took $300 million out of the $420 million raised in FTX 2021 funding round, and that was reported by Wall Street Journal. So I don't really watch mainstream media. I don't read a ton of mainstream media, but what I can say is that people are saying the narrative around SBF is that, you know, he's like a victim in all of this, which is insane. And in my previous video, I thought I was suspicious around the fact that he had not been arrested yet, and we know now that is because he has given money to the government of the Bahamas. So imagine that, as if this story didn't get any crazier. So, breaking, SBF allegedly gained unauthorized access to FTX systems since bankruptcy to transfer digital assets to the Bahamas government. Pretty wild. Kevin O'Leary is like still backing him up, which is shocking considering like, is Shark Tank just one big act of where, you know, he acts all big, bad, and tough and will tear down anyone? Like, it's really weird to me that he is still, he still has his nose so far up SBF's ass. Like, what is actually happening? You almost wonder, like, does he have some kind of dirt? Does SBF have some kind of dirt on Kevin O'Leary for Kevin O'Leary to continue protecting him? Pretty insane. So FTX, a $32 billion company, never had any board meetings. Many employees SBF employed were fake. The Bahamas government was behind the $600 million hack. Customer funds were used to buy SBF real estate, which we know now has mansions for sale for $40 million. Advisors say fraud is far worse than Enron. There was no Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Oh, and check this out. There was not an accountant at FTX, you guys. No accountant. So I'm going to know, it kind of feels like there's been, like when I got online today, there was like a shift when it came to housing. I don't know if recent housing numbers came out, but a lot of negative numbers around housing. Okay, just in, home sales are now down 32% this year, making this the worst year for home sales since 2008. In October alone, home sales fell by 5.9%, making the 9th straight monthly decline. The housing market bubble has popped. It's like, I haven't really seen it in the day-to-day in terms of the market popping. It seems more like the stats are scary, but it doesn't seem like it's translating into the real world, at least or not where I am in California, just like visually, but obviously I still live in Puerto Rico. Breaking, the Securities Commission of the Bahamas reportedly now controls all of FTX digital assets. This is sad and unfortunate and just terrible. So, yeah, basically that's kind of all I have there when it comes to what's happening. I'm kind of getting tired of talking about FTX, but I guess it's important that we know exactly what's happening. It's hard to say that there's any hope at this point, and I'm really sorry. It's unfortunate if you have lost any funds with FTX. We've all definitely been hit in some way or another in this whole crypto shit show. I say crypto because crypto's not Bitcoin. I feel like crypto's shit coins and then Bitcoin's its own thing. So if you have not yet signed up with Fold, Fold is a really fun app, and you get to spin this little wheel down here every 20 hours. You can get free Satoshis. There's all sorts of things. We also have a Visa credit card, Visa debit card. It's basically you load it up with money, and when you spend it, you can earn back into Bitcoin. So it's free. The app is free. You can spin without getting the card, without paying anything. Every 20 hours you can spin the wheel. So if you sign up today, you get 5,000 free Satoshis. Just something fun to do every 20 hours, something to look forward to. So let's go and take a look over here at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $16,636. We have Ethereum at $12.09. Core Scientific at 17 cents. Gold sitting at $17.50. BNB $2.73. Coinbase stock, damn. Coinbase stock is getting crushed. Down 7% today, more than most coins, at $45. Let's go ahead and zoom out on the price of Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's up to. If there's any hope in the future of it going up. But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to buy that lower low. All right, this is the weekly chart here. If Bitcoin can hold the low of last week's candle, which is 15,555, that will give us a little bit of hope, but really not much. I mean, the weekly chart looks horrendous. And let's see, your daily chart here not giving us anything. I would consider the daily chart to be neutral. This is a 12-hour chart here. I would also consider this to really be neutral with the current price action that we're seeing. That chart wouldn't have me excited to be entering any positions. This is a 4-hour chart here. Let's see if we can hold the low of this candle down here, which is about 16,282. If we can hold that low and make a higher high, then we have a little bit of hope there on the 4-hour, but this 1-hour is not looking too good. It is trending downwards, making lower lows and lower highs. Let's take a look here at the 30-minute chart, also trending downwards. There is just no hope here. These charts are looking terrible. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is looking actually a little bit better here, but just not enough to get me excited to be entering a position long-term at all. Sometimes we know that Ethereum leads the way, and let's go ahead and take a look here on the hourly and see what it's up to. Hourly also not looking good, but more of it kind of leads the way on higher level time frames like the daily or the 12-hour. But this right here is daily on Ethereum, which is also not looking all that good. Let's take a look at the weekly. I'm curious to see what the weekly is up to on the Ethereum chart. Similar situation. Bitcoin is currently got closer this week to making a lower low compared to last week, but Ethereum looks like it has a little bit more wiggle room. I'm going to assume that traditional markets are down today. Looks like we're getting a little bit of action here in the last hours, but let's see. This right here is the hourly on SPY. Let's go ahead and zoom out to the daily on SPY. So, seeing a little bit of resistance here as we approach the 200 DMA on SPY, but this daily chart looks beautiful, actually. A little bit of a pullback here. Maybe enter around 390 and see if it can make a higher high, but I would not be looking for that because of that 200 DMA specifically. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what marijuana stocks are up to. We have Tilray sitting at $3.86, down 5% on the day. Let's look at the daily chart here. This is the daily chart in Tilray, which actually looks quite similar to the daily chart on SPY. So they're kind of I see a lot of correlation actually between Tilray daily chart and SPY daily chart. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Tesla. Tesla's sitting at 180. Ooh, that chart looks really horrendous, really, really bad. I think Tesla has a lot more downside actually. So, excuse me, it's all how I can't talk. I have something in my throat. So that's all that I have for you today. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. Like I said, check out the Fold app. It's free, and it's just, honestly, it'll add some value to your day. I look forward to spinning the wheel every 20 hours on my Fold app. So that's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.